Hey everyone, it's Sakuems here. So this is gonna be a drawing challenge, like an art challenge, and I've seen Bailey Creations did this too, and Zira, I'm not really sure how you pronounce the name, but and Zira too did this challenge not too long ago, and I just think it was about time for me to do it too, because I think it's really funny and it's kind of nice just to make like a statement on stuff, because a lot of you guys I'm wondering if an artist needs to have expensive, high quality products and tools in order to make great art, and some of you think that if you have the good product, the good tools, you're gonna end up making amazing artworks. And it's like, oh, it's easy because you have copic markers, for example, or like, of course, you have like amazing tools, so it's gonna look great. And turns out that it is completely false. That's wrong to say that, because if you're a good artist, if you're like skilled, you can make whatever your I guess your skills, your level, or like your knowledge of things that art related, it's not gonna be destroyed, or if you use like cheap product, like it doesn't like the drawing skills and the coloring skills, or like the shading skills, is two separate things. Like, you can be an amazing drawer, you just need a pencil, you don't really need that expensive high quality tools. The only difference is that when you have skills and you and you practice a lot and everything, and it's gonna help you I guess have a wider range of uses. Like when you have a high quality colored pencils, which for example I use the polychromos by Faber-Castell. They are so pigmented, and there's like a lot of colors, and they are really sturdy, and they have a lot of good things, they have a lot of good things, so they are, I guess, more like, how can I describe that? Basically, you have just more possibilities with them than regular cheap pencils who don't have a lot of pigments, and they are harder to use. And like when you have like tender pencils, it just like gives, there's like so many brands and so many kinds of pencils and color pencils, that when you have skills and then you're getting used to coloring with pencils, you kind of need to step up and go further, just go deeper in the coloring process. So you might want to experiment with more with products that are offering more options, because sometimes I actually learned to color with really cheap pencils, and they are really like dull and pale and not really pigmented, and they are kind of harsh on paper. And of course it didn't give nice results, but I actually learned to color with them, and then I got annoyed and stuck in this, so I discovered more like high quality pencils, so I got those, and then I discovered that there's different kinds of pencils, and it's the same with every kind of every coloring tool. There's cheap markers, and then expensive markers, and high quality markers. It's just a matter of skills and practice. So I'm just gonna state that, and I kind of agree with Zira, who says that basically you don't need high quality tools to make a good drawing, but if you have them, you can make a better drawing. But if you have high quality products and tools, and you're not good, and you don't have any skills in drawings or coloring, and if you don't know how to use them, this is just a waste of money, basically, because you need to acknowledge all the coloring process, and like how to lay colors, how to mix colors, and how they react with the papers, and like there's a lot of basic steps that you probably need to experience, and you need this evolution in order to be ready to use a high quality product, for several reasons. First of all, high quality products and tools are expensive. Like a box of polychromos pencils, they cost like $2 each. If you get a box with all the colors, there's like 120 colors, this is a lot of money. So you have to understand that if you're not ready to spend the money, if you're kind of like overwhelmed by the quantity of colors, sometimes it's even like harder when you have like 10 reds to choose, because you don't really know which one to get and how it's going to react with all the other colors. So you need the basics first in order to be ready to experience stuff and like practicing and having fun with a wider range of tools. And this video and this challenge just proves the point that basically to make a good drawing, you don't really need expensive tools, you just need a wider range of tools. And I've used 11 colors for this drawing, that you're gonna see, and it's harder to blend because there's not enough colors. And of course the pencils itself is not highly blendable compared to higher brand, but it's still blendable, just need more time. It's a bit more time consuming, but the basics, like the process is kind of the same actually. And yeah, basically this is just my statement, and I think many artists will agree with that. I know artists that are amazing and they just use cheap tools or ballpoint pens or just like black liners. Some people use highlighters and like just pencils. You don't need that much, but if you want to like go further, as I said, it's normal as an artist, when you grow as an artist, that you want to experiment stuff and try new art product. And there's like tons of different tools and brands, and like every brand is different, the result is different, and there's a reason for that. Is because every artist is different. And when you try to because I'm all about mixing tools. As you know, my artworks are mixing watercolors, copics, pencils, like inks, and I really like this. But I also have tools that I don't use because I'm not ready for them. For example, I actually bought an oil set, an oil paint set of 5 colors, no, not 5, I think it's like 10 colors or so, because I was really like, I've used like acrylic paints and color pencils, and like I've used a lot of things, and I wanted something new, and I could never try oil paints, and I was like probably around 18 or maybe 20, something like that. And I got like in my art store, and I got a set of oil paints, and turns out I actually spent 50 bucks on that, and I've used it one time. I tried it, and I made a painting, and it was not good. Like it really just was really hard to master and to work, because it was really different from what I used to do, and it was actually really hard, and I felt like almost like a newbie, you know. I felt new to something, which is exciting, but it's also really hard to pass through that step, because I hadn't like had this enough knowledge and patience, and like it was a long time, like it was like 5 years ago, so it's probably like, oh my gosh, I'm so old. But yeah, it was really like a long time ago for me, and I actually only made one painting, and I said to myself, it's too hard, it's too soon, and I don't want to do that. I actually don't really like oil pens. So this was a waste of money, because basically I thought I will be like good enough and ready enough, but turns out I hadn't had enough practice of painting. Basically, I use a lot of dry tools like color pencils and Copic markers and all that stuff, but at the time I barely used paints. I just discovered acrylic paint. I was discovering watercolors. So I was too shy about the paint. So I might try it again now, but it just means that I got the paint too soon, and I wish I hadn't spent that money on an expensive set of paints. And I should have just like spent maybe like 20 bucks on just try. Just get 1, 2, or 3 colors. Don't get like the crazy stuff. Just don't get like the crazy amounts of product and high quality product, because if you're not ready to use them, if you haven't have enough knowledge and practice, it's gonna be a waste of money, and you're gonna be like lost into like trying how to tame these tools, you know. And I think it's really important to start with not like really cheap tools. If you're an artist, you're gonna need like some medium quality stuff, but it's perfectly fine to start with a pack of 12 colors or like 20 colors as color pencils. You don't need like 100. And it's the same with copic markers, for example. You will build up your colors and your, like, it depends on how you will use them and what you need and what you want to like have as artist. You may try just like working with, I don't know, like 10 colors, and then you're gonna end up getting more, and this is just how you're gonna work, you know, gradually. And yeah, so this challenge was really fun. I really enjoyed making it. It's a bit, my artwork is a bit like, it's gonna end up like, you will see that in a second, but it is really bright, and I had a hard time because basically I don't have a lot of color pencils, like a cheap pencils. I have like a tiny box and they're almost the same colors, so I had to select 12. So I have like random, like just the basics, like a yellow, blue, I have a green, and like just like, I think I've used like 11 or 12 colors, but you will see probably like in the time lapse that I had a hard time because the nibs kept breaking, because cheap pencils usually break really easily, and since you have to really press hard on the paper because the it's not as pigmented and as easy to put the color, so you have to really press hard, and when you press hard, it's gonna, yeah, it breaks, it really easily breaks. And like my black pencils, which is the only cheap one that I have, actually broke 5 times when I was trying to sharpen it, and basically I just had a hard time. So I've tried actually to do the black parts and dark parts with a ballpoint pen, which is a really cheap tool also, and it's, yeah, it was tricky and fun and really long, but pencils is long to do in general, but yeah, it was really fun, and I really think you should try it, and yeah, and basically I will not go back. Of course, I know the difference between like high quality pencils like the Faber-Castell polychromos or like the Prismacolor, but yeah, it has not a huge difference, you know, it doesn't have a huge difference. It's just easier to blend, it has more colors, and yeah, and it gives like, I mean, like if I do the same artworks with the same colors, exactly the same colors with my polychromos like my polychromos pencils, I don't think it will give a really like a much different result. So yeah, this is why it's important to have skills on how to use it. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter what tool you're using. And yeah, I think that made that point clear. But anyway, thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this quick time lapse. I will do a speed up version. Usually, like from what I've seen, you don't put the sketch or the line art part, but since I record everything, I will leave you from like the beginning to the end, but I lost some footage in the process, so there's like a part missing, but the coloring is full, and yeah, so it was fun to do, and thank you for watching, guys. If you have any more questions, if you want me to do more challenges and heart challenge or any kind of other challenges, or any tag, like if you want me to do more vlogs or any kind of video that you want me to do, I will do it. And I will see you very soon. Thank you guys for watching. Bye bye. you.